from the NHL Scouting Combine in Buffalo with Adam Ginning. And Adam, unlike so many of the defensemen that are entering drafts now, you're kind of back to the future kind of thing, a throwback, a bigger guy who's more of a defensive presence. Can you kind of articulate what your game's all about as compared to some of these smaller guys that are entering the league?
Yeah, I'm just trying to play a little more defensive game, trying to use my body as much as I can and playing tough and let the other guys take more care of the offensive side.
Edmonton Oilers fans will recognize that as a little bit of how Adam Larsson plays.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say he's one of the guys you might pattern your game about?
Yeah, for sure. A couple of teams asked me who I wanted to be like in the NHL, and I actually said him a couple of times. So, yeah, sounds good.
And, of course, the Oilers are coming to Sweden to play their first NHL game this season against New Jersey. You know, when you follow some of your countrymen into the NHL, do you pay attention to certain teams, certain players that land on certain teams?
Well, actually, I don't look that much at the NHL because it's the games are at night back in Sweden. So I just watch the highlights and watch as much as I can, but most of the highlights. Yeah.
Playing in North America, is it something that you see your game transitioning in fairly well because of that physical presence?
Yeah, I think so. I think we played in Plymouth beginning of this year, and I think that was a good tournament for me. I can play a little bit more physical on smaller ice, and I think that fits me well.
What's the next step for you? What area of your game do you want to get better in?
Well, the game with the puck, I think. Be a little more comfortable playing with the puck too, and just improve that.
This process this weekend, does it get old? I think you were saying you talked to 22 teams.
Yeah.
Does it all start blending into one another?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost the same interviews, every one of them. Just ask a couple of questions and I sit there and answer, but it's been fun. It's been fun to good experience.
Hopefully I was just a smidge different.
Yeah, a little bit different, of course, yeah.
That's Adam Ginning from the NHL Scouting Combine in Buffalo.